Hello, it is like 2:41 in the morning. We just got back to my mom's house. I just showered and I've made myself a bowl of oatmeal with nuts and dried fruit in it and a cup of tea. We were in Japan from April 11th through May 20th, which is technically yesterday. I've been awake for 30 plus hours and everything hurts. Anyway, I wanted to show you our ultimate triumph of our travel day. Japan loves Kit Kats. The people love their Kit Kats because apparently the Japanese term for Kit Kat sounds like a good luck term. And so there's like a crap ton of flavors, and we were on a mission to find as many flavors as we could. I don't want to out myself here, but we might be a little insane. This is a duffel bag. I just want to preface this with the fact that I have absolutely zero shame. There's a lot of like premium limited edition flavors here, or flavors that are just specific to Japan. We have manju, which is the sweet red bean paste, sake, wasabi. I think this is another kind of red bean paste. This is a banana flavor. Hojicha tea. I might be saying that word wrong. I'm just trying to remember this from 30 hours ago. Lemon, strawberry, and matcha. Another box of strawberry, another box of lemon. Caramel pudding. Oh, these are the ones you saw the other night with the passion fruit, yuzu, and all that stuff. I'm trying to do this quietly because people are asleep. Peach flavored cheesecake in a container that's shaped like Mount Fuji. I believe that's it. It's not it. But wait, there's more. The cracker flavor. This is my favorite that we've tried. It's like way better than it has any right to be. But yeah, that's actually it. And then we bought 2 chopsticks. This is not sponsored by Kit Kat, by the way. I do not have that type of channel. I hope you enjoyed seeing all the different flavors of Kit Kat that we were able to acquire. And mind you, we bought all of these in the airport, except for the matcha. We bought that in the convenience store on the way to the airport. So if you go to Japan and you like Kit Kats, and I don't like chocolate, but they have so many, most of these flavors are not dark or milk chocolate. They're like white chocolate or something else. We are not going to eat all of these. We are going to eat most of them. The rest we're going to give as gifts to people. We're going to make little goodie bags and give them to people so they can try like a bunch of different flavors. And just to sum up, I did write a little bit of chapter 38 on the plane. And when I say a little bit, I really mean a little bit, like a couple of paragraphs. Didn't know where it was going. We're going to finish this draft this week, folks. That is the goal. All right. See you later. Good morning. It is, oh, whoops, I should be writing right now. Good morning. It's May 25th, and it's like 7:30 in the morning, 7:19, and I've been up with her since 5. My mom went to work today, so it's me and John and Satu. But I'm trying to write this morning. Okay, you don't eat my ear. What am I talking about? Oh, I'm trying to write chapter 38. This chapter is it's like the bane of my last few days. Oh my Satu's ears flopping all over the camera. Look at that. What are you doing, Satu? She's gonna sit by the window here. Take 2. I'm trying to write chapter 38. This chapter is the bane of my life right now because it's just one of those things where, like, full disclosure, I am so ready to move on to another story right now, mainly because both Pitchfork and Dark Storm Cloud series that I was working on are calling to me right now. I'm just feeling the dark vibes. I've been listening to Art School Girlfriend, whose music is completely dark vibes. I've been thinking about Edinburgh and that whole experience. Anyway, so I'm just feeling the call to work on something else, but I'm using that as a reward to finish this draft / motivation to finish this draft, just get it over with. So I figure that this chapter does not have to be perfect, but it needs to be something, and then I can make it better later in revisions. But I just need to get through it. So I'm forcing myself to proceed with an open mind and just put down the first idea that comes to mind. She's by my feet now. What you doing, baby? Oh, she's playing with her toy. Focus, camera. So yeah, wish me luck. chapter is actual torture. Not actual, but it feels, it sucks. It sucks. Okay. It is like agonizingly pulling one tooth at a time, and it's struggling against you. It's fighting back. It's like the teeth could have little legs to kick you while you're trying to pull them. That's what it feels like. Oh. Okay, I am feeling kind of like I made a little bit of a breakthrough. Just sitting down and getting it done, or at least trying to. In between many games of Free Cell on my phone. It's literally, I keep reaching for my phone and playing a couple minutes of Free Cell and writing a sentence, and then going back, play another game of Free Cell, and then writing another sentence. It's so stupid. But anyway, I think that I might have figured out how to proceed. So I'm gonna put my headphones in. That means I mean business now. I'm gonna do a brief writing session, and then we're gonna see where I get to. But I'm feeling a little bit better. I just want to finish this story. Okay, art school girlfriend is in, and let's go. Hello. So I think I finished chapter 38. I don't know if I've ever had such a struggle writing a chapter before. At this point, the climax is essentially over, and now we're just going to come down from the big thing that just happened. I don't even know if it was that big, honestly. It just really felt like this whole chapter was a mess. I just kept having random things happen, trying to make them make sense. And I think they do, but I don't know how climaxy it is, you know? So, but nonetheless, I just needed to get the words down so I could be done with this. So I'm going to update my notebook. The chapter came out to 3,214 words. And so now is the part that I've been waiting for, writing the resolution. And then maybe I can finish it tomorrow or the next day. Screw going back and updating, reading through the draft one last time, tweaking things, doing the running list of changes. Screw all of that. I'm not going to have time to go back and go through that at the end of this month like I was originally planning. Rather, the whole month was supposed to be focused on that. However, I'm just going to write the end, and then I'm going to move on to something else. And that'll be that. Hello. So I'm smiling now. For once, I'm actually happy to be writing. I'm now working on chapter 39. I wrote the first little scene, and now I'm writing the second little scene. It's basically just going to be a bunch of little scenes from here through the end of the book, as we just summarize various different plots and wrap those up. I feel so good now. I can finish this book tomorrow. I'm not going to make myself finish it tonight. I just am finally happy to write, so I really should go to bed because it's like after 1 a.m. No, it's 12:40 a.m. But yeah, we're just at the part of the story where we're wrapping things up, we're reflecting on things. My hair is a complete mess. That's not part of the story. That's just an observation. And it's funny because I had a character who was present in the climax who wasn't originally supposed to be there, but I needed a way for my characters to get from point A to point B. And so the way that my struggling mind thought of to get them there was by using the help of this one character. So that ended up with this character being there. And at first I was like, well, now that they're here, I have to figure out something to do with them. But it actually worked out. It worked out in a lot of good ways because it helped them being there helped my character be pushed into making a decision. It helped my character to grow, and then it also made a certain element easier after the climax had happened. Yeah, we're just winding down. We're cleaning things up after the storm. Greetings. It is the next day, or later the next day. It's May 27th. It is 10:36 p.m. and I have had a day. First of all, my mom and Satu are not here because my mom's on a cruise and Satu's at the sitter, and I missed them both so much. Like I had a sad start to the day. So we went outside. We went for a 6-mile walk along the rail trails and everything. It was really good. And then I came home and I just was like not feeling well at all. Hold on. I'm watching The Real Housewives of Atlanta. I had to pause. It came back from commercial. But anyway, so I just was not feeling well this whole afternoon. And so that kind of took me out, which sucked because I was planning to go to Barnes & Noble today to try to finish writing my book. So it's like of all the days to not feel well, it had to be today. Anyway, I feel much better now. I basically slept it off. In an effort to reclaim my evening, so like at 8:30, I took a shower. I listened to the new Bayonne album in the shower, which is excellent. And then I had some chili that my mom and John made. And I'm watching The Real Housewives of Atlanta. And then once I finish this episode, then I'm gonna write. Okay. So I have my index cards here. I did not bring my index cards to Japan or Singapore, so they're probably a bit out of they're not up to date. But I just skipped ahead to the end. So because I feel like the last few scenes, it's basically a bunch of short resolution scenes tying up the different plots. I figure it'll be fun and useful to have the tangible cards to flip through. So I've caught up to where I am. Look at so these are all the scenes that I presumably wrote. I cannot even really fit the binder clip over them. So I'm hoping that doesn't break, but yeah. So these are the scenes that I wrote, and this is what's left. But these are all very small scenes, but you see that? Very cool, very cool. So I have to just basically, while I finish watching this episode of The Housewives, just to be a little productive, I have my outline open in front of me, which has my scene list. And so I'm going to go through and make sure that the index cards match this. I might write a couple more just to update it, so that way when the episode ends, I can just start flipping through them and see what I can accomplish tonight. Can't believe it. This is the first time in 4 years, nearly 4 years, that I have finished a book. And it was this book. I worked on Pitchfork September 2021. And technically I reached the end of that draft, but I didn't. That was a fairly minor revision compared to this. This was an overhaul, a complete overhaul. And the last complete draft of the story was 2019. Wow. I don't even really know how to feel. I'm free! I'm free! Oh my gosh. What do I even do with my life now? I'm going to revel in this for a bit. I'm not going to work on Stormcloud tomorrow, or probably even for the next few weeks. Next steps is I'm going to open up Pitchfork and I'm going to read it through for fun. Anyway, next steps with Stormcloud will be eventually, whenever I get back to this story, is I'm going to go through my running list of changes, and I'm going to basically just make those little edits. Some of them might be larger edits. A lot of them are like insert a scene where such and such happens in order to set up something that I had written later, or continuity error or something. Number 2 is I'm going to have to go through my Yakushima research and find ways to implement those details in the scenes and chapters in which they'll be relevant. Number 3 is I have an add-ins document, which is basically like any lines of dialogue or text or paragraphs or scenes even that I like, but that didn't fit in the draft as I was revising it just now, but I wanted to hold on to the text in case I could find somewhere else to use it. I put those in a document called add-ins, and so I'll go through that and see if there's anything there that I want to use. Oh, I have my list of possible plot events. So those are plot points that I was like, oh, this is something that could happen, but then I never really found a place for it. So I'll look through those and just see if there's any that I want to use. I also have a thing called fantastical and whimsical world building. So like any additional elements of world building that I want to incorporate. Then I have a to-do list. I need to adjust my timeline. And other than that, just read through it again and figure out what needs stuff. So yeah, whenever I come back to this story, which hopefully will be before the year is over, that's my plan. So let me go through some of the statistics with you. So I started this draft on November 28th, 2022. So right after Thanksgiving. And today's the 28th of May now, technically, because it's after midnight. So that's exactly 6 months. Exactly 6 months. That's pretty cool. That I worked on this draft. And honestly, I think 6 months to do a draft, especially a deep draft. Deep draft sounds like a weird term, but like where you're like writing almost all of it, if not all of it. I feel like 6 months is a good amount of time for me because it allowed me to take breaks when I was really feeling like I didn't want to burn myself out. But it also allowed me to take my time. I wasn't rushing through anything, given I don't have a job right now, so that it'd be a different story if I did have a job. I'm so proud of myself. Okay, the total draft word count, 129,582. This is officially the longest draft of Stormcloud ever. So there are 40 chapters in the book across 5 parts. The longest chapter is probably chapter 29 at 6,182 words, which is then followed by a chapter that's like 4,700 words. So it's kind of a lot of long chapters right around there. The shortest chapter, chapter 39, which I wrote today, 1,533 words. That chapter I might actually end up splitting between 38 and 40, because it was originally supposed to be a longer scene, but then it ended up not being quite as long. So yeah, the average chapter is probably around 3,500 words, which is definitely partly due to like wordiness, so that'll be a thing in line editing, but that's way in the future. Part 1 is 21,000 words, Part 2 is 27,500 words, Part 3 is 30,500 words, Part 4 is 37,000 words, and Part 5 is 13,000 words, if you care. Yeah, I don't really know what other numbers to give you, so I am officially ready. Zip up my pencil case, put away my Stormcloud notebook for now. I'm going to sign off now. Thank you so much for coming with me on this very long journey. I'm so proud of myself. Gosh, I can't even tell you like how much confidence I have gained in myself and my abilities to achieve anything in the last even like 3 or 4 months. Like the last 3 or 4 months have been tough for personal reasons I will not get into. But at the same time, I was also learning so much about myself and growing and changing in different ways and just realizing my capacity for achievement, especially after the pandemic, especially after my life has changed a lot in the last few years. Um, I've had, like I've said before in vlogs, like I've had to rebuild who I am. And that included like rebuilding myself as a writer and reminding myself that I can write and that I can finish what I start. Whatever you set out to do, just remember that it takes time, it takes hard work. It's a roller coaster of emotions, it's a roller coaster of successes and failures, and that's all part of the process. It's how you learn, it's how you grow. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.